In this session, we are going to know about the reflection in spherical mirrors. In before videos, we've seen how the images are formed in a plane mirrors. Now, the images will be formed in a spherical mirrors. What is spherical mirrors? Generally, the spherical mirrors are formed by the glass material. It is a one part of hollow sphere. If we consider a hollow sphere like this, hollow sphere. I am going to cut it in a vertical axis like in the direction. So it gives a two part of mirrors. Am I right? If the light rays are reflected from the concave surface, that is the inner part of the spherical mirror, that should be called as concave mirror. This is if the inner part is polished, so the light rays are reflected from the inner surface. This type of mirror is called concave mirrors. Concave mirrors. And then, if suppose the light rays are reflected from the outside of the part of the spherical mirror, that is, from the light rays are reflected from this area. This part is partially silver. So the light rays will be reflected on the outside of the surface. This type of mirror is called convex mirror. So the spherical mirrors are two types. One is concave mirrors and then another one is convex mirrors. Concave mirror means the reflected rays come out from the inner surface of the part of the spherical mirror. Otherwise, the convex mirror means the reflected rays are coming out from the outside of the part of the spherical mirrors. So, this is the two major parts of the spherical mirrors. One is convex and then concave. Now, let me discuss the common parts present in the convex and as well as concave mirror. What are all the essential points we should know about the spherical mirrors? First one, let me consider a spherical concave mirrors. It's a part of hollow sphere. It is generally made up of glass. So, the inner part will be polished. Inner part will be polished. Right. So, this is the part of the spherical mirror. So, the center point of the spherical mirror is called center of curvature, C. It should be denoted as C. The center of the spherical mirror, it should be called as center of curvature. At the same time, the spherical mirrors contain certain radius value. So, the distance from the center of the curvature to the edge of the line is edge of the spherical mirror is called radius. That should be called as radius of curvature. So, first essential point is one is center of curvature. Center of curvature. And then second one is radius of curvature. And the third one is the middle point of the spherical mirror, that should be called as pole. My third essential part of the spherical mirror is, that is a concave mirror, is pole. So first one is center of curvature. This is the center of the spherical mirror. And the radius of curvature is the distance between the center and the edge of the spherical mirror. And the third one is pole. The midpoint of the spherical mirror is called pole. And then third one is pole. Fourth one is principal axis. Principal axis. Sir, the line joining the center of curvature and the pole is called principal axis. The line joining center of curvature and then pole is called principal axis. And then, if suppose the rays are, incident rays are allowed towards the inner surface of the spherical mirror, that is a concave mirror, all the parallel lines is going towards the inner surface. So number of parallel rays are going towards the inner surface. All the rays are reflected by the inner surface and emerge out in somewhat angle like this. And then second ray also emerge out in the same point. And then third ray also emerge out in the same point. This meeting point is called focal point or focus point or principal focus. So fifth one is focal point. Focal point or principal focus. All the reflector rays are lies in the same point. That should be called as principal focus or focal point. Okay, students. And the next one, the distance between principal focus and then pole should be denoted as small f. Capital F represents a focal point. Small f represents the focal length. Small f represents focal length. Focal length. So first one you should know about what is center of curvature. The center part of the spherical mirror is called center of curvature. And then radius of curvature is the radius of the spherical mirror, which is going to use the part of the concave. And then third one is pole, the midpoint of the concave mirror. And then fourth one is principal axis, the line joining the center of curvature and then pole is called principal axis. If you are supposed to allow the number of light beams, that is bunches of light rays, incident on the inner surface of the concave mirror, it's all reflected through a point. That point should be called as principal focus or focal point, capital F. The distance between F and then P, that is a principal focus and then pole, this should be called as focal length F. And then the distance between center of curvature and then pole point, that should be called as, already I insisted to you, that is a radius of curvature R. Very important problem will be arised. Sir, what is the relationship between R and F? First, what is small f? Small f indicates a focal length, that is the distance between principal focus and then pole distance. And then capital R represents the radius of the spherical mirror. Otherwise, the distance between center of curvature and then pole. So I need the relationship between R and then small f. I need the relationship between radius of curvature and then focal length. Okay, students, let me derive that one.